What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. The death toll in Maui continues to climb here as the governor in Hawaii says only 5 of the now over 100 dead in Maui have been identified because the remains are not even recognizable. Yeah, and honestly, there is probably going to be much more than this as there is many people missing, potentially in the hundreds. Yeah, so this is the worst wildfire disaster in US history. Yeah, and it's this is a what I would consider a warning shot, especially for Hawaii, as they've never dealt with anything like this. And they're saying that the cause of this is that the hurricane came by and electrical wires came down and potentially started the fire. But it's such a tragedy, and it's still going on here. There's still going to be a lot of work to be done and a lot of rebuilding to be done. It's absolutely terrible. This was potentially one of the issues that could have saved some people. Hawaii is one of the largest siren warning systems in the world, but its 400 alarms, 80 of which are on Maui, stayed silent as the wildfires spread throughout the island. That largely limited emergency communications to mobile phones and radio and television broadcasts at the time, when most power and cell service had already been cut off. Nobody, because power was cut because of the fires. Nobody at the state and nobody at the county attempted to activate those sirens based on our records. Hawaii Emergency Management Agency spokesperson Adam Weintraub said the sirens were typically used for tsunami and hurricanes, and I don't think they've ever been used for fires in Hawaii. And I think that was the problem, especially of this magnitude. It's probably never happened there. To my knowledge, at least, I've never experienced them in use for fires. Sometimes sirens send people up mountains, and going up the mountain during a fire can be problematic. And if the sirens were going off, people might not have known why. They would have assumed a tsunami or a hurricane, which was because of the hurricane winds, at least. Some of the sirens were also broken, adding that he has asked his attorney general to conduct a full investigation into the wildfires, including why the sirens never went off. If the sirens were working, a lot of people would have, I'm sure, at least been alerted more quickly, and that is important. A family with her 3 children and husband were driving on Lahaina's Front Street last week trying to evacuate when the cars around them suddenly caught on fire as flames advanced into the historic city of Lahaina. The family there on vacation had to abandon their rental car and jump into the ocean to save themselves. The mother, who can't swim, and remember this is the ocean in Hawaii, recalled her husband telling her that was their only option was to get in the water. We opened the car to jump down. It was just like a hot oven fire, flaming, blowing at us. We couldn't breathe when we opened the car door. Then the 5-year-old daughter fainted. My daughter didn't know what was going on. She couldn't breathe. Tearfully recalling the girl clutching at her throat and screaming that she couldn't breathe before fainting. Quote, my heart just dropped. I thought I lost her at that point. I didn't even know what to do. Instantly, she just fainted. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't imagine losing her. The daughter eventually regained consciousness as the family waited in the water for 4 hours before they were rescued. Wow. Quote, the Hawaiian people, they gave us hope. They saved us. Without them, we would not be alive. Yeah, so that just gives you an idea of some of the stories going on there or that happened in Maui. One of the worst tragedies, fire tragedies here in the United States. Um, yeah, and people are still trying to be found. There's going to be it's absolute nightmare there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Prayers go out to Hawaii, and yeah, it's going to be a long time to rebuild there. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, announced he will donate $100 million for the Maui Wildfire Relief Fund to help restore Maui. I think he has a home maybe on Maui or on one or two of the islands. He, you know, has been a part of Hawaii culture there, and yeah, it's just so devastating there. And honestly, I think a lot of this stuff is going forward. You actually see my sign here. The only time you should look back is to see how far you've come. And yes, they have to rebuild and they have to, mourn the losses. But I think this is maybe a lesson to learn here for the United States and for Hawaii and the rest of us is, what kind of lessons can we learn going forward? Use those alert systems and here for the rest of the United States. Be prepared for the next time. We also have a big hurricane season predicted here for the United States going forward. We've seen them in Florida and in the Gulf of Mexico, maybe expecting some big hurricanes here going forward. So we can prepare for these type of natural disasters going forward and try to prevent stuff like this again and again. Some of these things are unpredictable. Hurricane season does happen every year. Some are worse than others, but you can put these type of prevention systems or warning systems in. And we've seen with hurricanes especially where some people maybe don't leave and some people do, and you can put in some of those type of warning systems and prevention systems with the break walls and stuff like that, where it can be less deadly, more so than others, and we can try to make them so they're not as deadly. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments, especially with the hurricanes. I think in the Gulf of Mexico and Florida, stuff like that, because it seems like they're happening and they're happening more frequently. Let me know your thoughts here. Um, yeah, because we can't keep doing this, right? Or we got to be more prepared and we got to try to learn to deal with it here a little bit better. So I'll keep you up to date here with everything. If you haven't yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos that come out here on our YouTube channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for liking and sharing these videos. Click this video here to see what is going to affect millions of Americans' wallets, or click here to see Biden's new executive order on nationwide bans. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.